sitting. I'm visiting my folks this week because I haven't seen them in almost, well over a year due to COVID. I'm sitting in our pool, but we're all vaxxed, so we decided to come and visit them. But I'm sitting in my childhood pool, and well, it wasn't just my pool, but it's kind of crazy. My dad built this pool 40 years ago, and so we were just cleaning it because he's going to fill it up for the summer. My parents are 86. Crazy, right? Still doing this kind of work. Anyway, maybe what we're going to talk about today really quickly might be something that have been struggling with or thinking about. During COVID, I think a lot of people experienced a lot of change and upheaval around change. And I was talking to a good friend the other night who was really was really upset and having not a panic attack, but really crying a lot about the fear of change. And I just kept trying to remind him, like for all of us that have gone through a very tempestuous, transformative change in our lives. Sorry, I'm looking out for hornets because there were hornets earlier. So when we're going through something that we're scared, this person was really scared about the future and the changes that were inevitably going to occur when we know we have to make changes in our lives. And I just kept trying to encourage him to think about it this way. When we're looking at what we perceive as a future change, which will inevitably come, we're looking at it through the eyes of where we are now. And so it's so fraught with the unknowability of things. It can really fill us with a sense of fear of this aspect of not knowing, which makes us feel vulnerable. And it is really scary because it kind of shows us the impermanence of what it means to be alive. But I kept reminding him, the thing is you're looking at it through the eyes of where you are now. Once changes occur and you step into the transformation of what that brings, you're going to be experiencing it from where that change has occurred. So it will not feel nearly so scary and overwhelming. Just like anything, it's our projected future that's often more scary than when we get to where we're going, which will then be the now. And then we're like, oh, okay, this is what change feels like. Mostly it's kind of working beyond the moment and projecting onto that future moment our fears, our anxieties, our worst case scenarios, our doom and gloom scenarios. So I think it helped when we talked about it from that perspective, that trying not to see it from where he was now, but once he's living in the change, he'll see that it's not overwhelming at all. It's just the natural next phase of his life. I hope that helps people who are maybe going through change and are really scared about what they think might be coming. And, I was just thinking, because being home brings back a lot of memories, and I was thinking about roads taken and roads detoured, and I don't know, things I wanted and then decided I didn't want, and then, maybe if I'd gone down one path, things would be different, and then sort of when we rationalize kind of where we are based on what we think it could have been. And I just realized, look, it's all true at one level. It's all part of the journey. Our explanations and our paths are all cumulatively part of our journey. And I started thinking about it in terms of the hub and spokes. And so the spokes of the wheel, which are all pointing back to the center of self, they all have meaning, and they all are important, even the things that haven't worked out and the things that you define as, well, had I done that and not this, I would be here and not there. We don't know. And I also think that is maybe sort of a programming that we do to ourselves to not allow us to really be appreciative of where we are, or to be proud isn't the right word, but to acknowledge how far we've come, even if things haven't all worked out yet. So I just think it's important to keep looking at your life through this lens of the cumulativeness of things, that all parts of the journey are necessary, even the things that you feel like maybe you could have done better at. Okay, the story is not fully told. Look, turning the page, there's another chapter. All right, greetings from the bottom of my pool in the middle of the Midwest.